Why do I do this to myself? No, really. Why? The final episode of 2024, and I'm torturing myself by watching another horrible Christmas movie. I've seen so many awful Christmas movies this month. Deck the Halls, Jingle All the Way, The Bad Home Alones, 4, 5, 6, and so on and so forth. I have felt so much pain, and it's continued until the end of the year. I just want this to be over. So, here it is. I'll Be Home for Christmas, 1998. I'm not even going to do an intro. We don't need one. Here's the plot. Jonathan Taylor Thomas plays a character in this movie, but I've already forgotten his name 2 days after watching it, or 3 days after watching it, so I'm just going to call him Jonathan. Jonathan is a college freshman who is a massive piece of crap. He constantly creates schemes in order to get something out of it. After his mother died and his father got remarried, he's refused to go home for Christmas. He is in a college in California while his family lives in New York. However, his father offers him the Porsche, and he changes his mind and decides to get home. When one of his schemes backfires, however, the bullies drop him in a desert with a Santa suit glued to his body. After this happens, he now has to make his own way back to New York from the California desert in order to get his father's Porsche. First of all, Jonathan is an awful character. He's not funnily unlikable like the characters in Succession, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, Ruthless People, The War of the Roses, etc. He is just horribly unlikable. To make an unlikable character funny, they have to have something relatable behind them. If they don't have anything like that, then you have nothing. There's nothing likable about Jonathan. His transition from an unlikable prick to a genuinely good person just happens. Like that. That's a better snap. It isn't like Charlie Babbitt's transition where it happens gradually over the course of the film. But then again, I wouldn't compare Rain Man to I'll Be Home for Christmas in the slightest. That's like comparing Schindler's List to, I don't know, Sesame Street. Have fun with that idea. But anyways, another terrible thing about this movie is the comedy. I don't have to tell you that Disney in the 90s for live action films were about as good as Disney in the 2000s for animated films. Or in the 80s, early 80s for just films. Nothing they were making was good. In fact, this exact same year, we got Meet the Deedles, which is one of the worst films I've ever seen. Video on that coming soon. Another horrible aspect of this film is the music. So the movie's called I'll Be Home for Christmas, right? You think they would play the actual song in the opening credits, right? If you answered yes, go f*** yourself, idiot. They obviously play Cool Yule by Steve Allen and Cherry Poppin' Daddies, which is a real band name, because of course, it's just the most viable option. In fact, throughout most of the soundtrack, the title song is played only once. The soundtrack is full of songs unrelated to the title, and even if they're good songs, they're bad renditions. They're all trying to sound so cool and hip with the kids, when instead it sounds immediately dated. I love when movies are oozing in a time period to the point where if you watch them in any other context, in any other time period after it was released, it just feels wrong, and you feel like committing a crime. And you feel like you're committing a crime. Other problems include the stilted and emotionless acting. I did not feel one happy emotion throughout the entire movie, just anger and boredom. The incredibly lucky coincidences in the story that feel like shortcuts for the main character, and the cheap emotion in the ending, where the father just gives the car to Jonathan, despite him choosing to be 1 minute late.
Oh my god, everybody has the IQ of a grape!
Thankfully, he doesn't actually... Jonathan, sorry. Is his name Jake? His name is Jake. I'm still going to call him Jonathan because it's incredibly funny to think that everyone just calls him Jonathan. That'd be pretty funny. Which is more funny than anything that happened in this friggin' movie. But anyways. Thankfully, Jonathan refuses to take the car, but this film is just miserable in every sense of the word. What else can I say about it that other people haven't already said? The characters are unlikable, the story is stupid, the writing is abysmal, the acting is stilted, the pacing is slow, and the ending is horrible. If you want a good last Christmas movie to end 2024 off with, then jump over this one like how George Bailey jumped over that bridge. This movie gets a 2 out of 10. Never watch it. Please, I'm begging you. Not even as a fun, bad movie. Watch the Jim Carrey Grinch if you want something entertainingly awful. That's related to Christmas. This is just white noise. It's Christmas white noise. It's like all those terrible Christmas rom-coms, but officially produced, put into theaters, and that's not even a rom-com. It's a family comedy film. I will put air quotes over that comedy because this is not comedy in the slightest. This is death to comedy. This is the death of comedy in a film. Anyways, I hope you had a wonderful 2024, and even though some scary things have been happening recently, we will all get through it and hopefully have a much better 2025. Happy New Year's to you, and see you all in 2025 for more reviews and episodes and me screaming, because that's what I usually do. Goodbye. By the way, if you heard noises outside, those are fireworks going off. Anyways, I have to reiterate, thank you all for watching the past 3 years. It's crazy to think I've been doing this for 3 years now. I know that I didn't post that many reviews this year, but I've been very busy and my procrastination issues have been through the roof. So I'm going to try fix that in the coming next year. So I hope you enjoyed this episode and all the episodes I've done this year, all 38 of them. Make sure you like and subscribe, and Happy New Year to all of you watching this video, hopefully. Hopefully there are people watching this video. If not, I will eat water. I don't know.